Hello, everyone. I think I can't see this. Hang on. This looks very bright. This is the first time I've been live on YouTube. So I don't know what it actually looks like. I'm not really sure what this stream is going to look like, but we're going to do this because we're going to talk about the new moon. And I'm very, very excited about this. I have a light I've never used before. So let me turn it down a little bit. Maybe that's better. Welcome, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dana Claudette. I'm a modern Feng Shui master and founder of the School of Intention, which is a radically new form of Feng Shui based on infinite possibility, creative awakening, and your intention. The school is starting soon. I'll put a link below to all the details because people have been asking me how they learn how to do this because it's totally like nothing else that exists in the world. Now, every single month, I send out moon notes and I do lives in different places that have to do with the moon. And I was like, you know what? I'm leaving out YouTube. Oh my gosh, hi, it's nice to see you. I'm leaving out YouTube. I don't do lives on YouTube. So it's a bit of a mess because this year I just said I'm just diving in. So I'm not sure what this looks like. Hopefully it looks and sounds good to you. It's going to get better and better as we go, but I'm going to be doing all of the moon lives and I'm going to do them in advance. So you're going to have time to get ready to capture all this moon energy. Every single time I do a moon note, I'm going to show you kind of how I plan everything. And this is something organizing your genius this year. Much to do with organizing your genius, letting your genius, being creative, diving in, innovating, doing new things. And that is what we're going to be doing today. So today we're getting ready for the new moon in Capricorn. In future lives, I'm going to be doing this at least a week in advance so that you have time to get ready and you can really get into all of this even more. But this new moon in Capricorn is the moon of opening doors. So much of what Feng Shui is about to me, opening doors, creating opportunity, capturing more opportunity. And you know, if you are new to my channel, you might not know, I love opening doors to abundance and creativity. It's kind of my whole ethos. So the new moon in Capricorn is Tuesday, Wednesday, depending on when you're watching this. It is the 12th, 13th, depending on where you are. And this is, I like to say it's kind of both days. And this is always a time of setting up the new. You set up the new and a new moon. You get ready for the new. You welcome in the new. You set your intentions. You put it on paper. You do all these things. So this moon specifically has a lot to do with opportunity and bringing in opportunity and capturing new opportunity. I feel like this light is super bright. I'm going to see if I can, maybe I can shut it off and see if that's better. No, I think it's just green. I don't think it's the light. Interesting. Okay. So we're going to learn how to do this really, really well. But this moon and this year, 2021, is about just diving in and doing it. Don't care what it looks like right now. Don't care what it sounds like. Just take the steps. And if you take this away from this live, just dive in and take the steps, and it's going to keep getting better and better and better, but it won't start unless you start. This is going to be a thing that helps you throughout the whole year. Nothing is ever seamless. Nothing is ever completely perfect. The most important thing you can do for yourself, for the entirety of the year, is to follow your feelings, get super organized, which we're going to talk about today, and really just do it. Don't worry about it being perfect. Do it. Don't worry about what it looks like. Just do it. And when you do it, things will start to get better and better and better, and things will happen in really amazing ways. So first part of this new moon has to do, as I said, with opportunity and opening doors. And so fresh cycle, fresh year. If you haven't seen 2021 Feng Shui, the themes are so exciting after 2020. And it's on my channel, so you can go and check it out. And in that whole entire 2021 themes, I talk a lot about this idea of innovation. And in order to innovate, in order to make new things happen, in order to sort of take things to the next level, what we all need to do is get deeply, deeply organized. So I have beside me all kinds of things. I'm going to do a whole video for you guys all about all my planning and organizing structures that have helped me to keep growing things bigger and bigger and bigger. I think that can be really helpful as someone who's resisted structure for most of her life. I have learned that organization is like the key number one thing, organizing your mind, your time, your home, your energy, just life-changing. So this is something that I'm going to just be underlining all year round. How organized do you feel right now? If the things that you have wanted the most just arrived today, they just showed up in your house, would you be ready for them? Or would you be like, oh my gosh, I don't have time, I don't have space, where to put this, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? This is something to think about. If what you've wanted arrives, oh look, I fixed it. If what you wanted just arrives, just shows up in your space, what would you do? This is something to really emphasize this year. You want to be ready for everything to show up. If you've ever listened to Abraham Hicks, it's like, be ready, get ready to get ready to get ready to get ready to get ready. You're always going to be anticipating amazing things happening and always going to be ready for them. And so think about your life in all different aspects. Are you ready for your relationship to grow if that's what you're focused on? Are you ready for more money to come into your life? Do you know what you're going to do with it? Are you ready for more responsibility in your job or this promotion that you want or anything else? Are you ready for it? Are you really prepared? Because if it arrives, you want to be able to say yes. In my life, I have not been prepared for many things that arrived. And one big thing was really just kind of like, whoa, this is a wake-up call. It was a huge deal. Something it was a long time ago. I was straight out of college. It was a huge deal that just came to me. And I was not at all ready. I mean, I might have just lit a match and torched it because my life was not organized. My days were not organized. My time was not organized. I was not organized. I was not prepared energetically for that. And I just flushed it down the toilet. And that was a wake-up call. And that got me organized. That set me on a mission to get organized. So I don't want you guys to pass up on or not be open to possibilities because you're not quite ready. You're always going to be ready if you say you're ready and you get yourself ready. So let's get ready starting right now. Organize things that are holding you back. If it's your desk, if it's your computer, sit down and if you're looking at your computer or your phone right now, is it full of emails you haven't read? Is it full of newsletters you don't read? Is it full of stuff everywhere? Are you ready to be able to sit down and just go click, 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 here's what I need? Or do you have to spend extra time doing it? You want to eliminate all the extra time. You want to eliminate all the extra stuff. You want to just be like, boom, I got it. Boom, I got it. You want to make sure that you have space to receive things. So decluttering is always an amazing thing to do. It's great to do on full moons because it's a time of release, but it's also great to do anytime, especially at the start of every year. Capricorn has a lot to do with industriousness, getting stuff done. Big Saturn influence this year. Big Saturn influence always, but big Saturn influence in terms of Saturn, Capricorn, get it done. Be more regimented without being robotic. Trust in the idea that your creativity will thrive with more order. I resisted myself being more organized, being more structured, having a planner, making charts, making lists, because I felt like that would take away all my creative genius and all my innovative ideas. I thought it was just going to wipe it all away. But no, indeed, it was the opposite. I was always so scattered and not focused that I couldn't really bring things to the next level. I want you guys to go to the next level with anything that you want to elevate. And part of that is really embracing more structure. And so look at where you're spending your time. This new moon has to do with your priorities, what matters to you, what is dear to your heart. I'm going to link below all of my favorite astrologers once this is posted. There are so many YouTube astrologers that I'm obsessed with, that are super positive, that have taught me so much about these cycles, which is how I got into really working with the energies of the moon and energies of different planets and different shifts. I believe infinite possibility is always possible, and I don't believe in negative predictions. So I believe we are creating our lives, but when we flow with nature and we use these cycles to be able to optimize, you can make incredible things happen. Now, get ready, get organized. So you're going to look at where your energy is going. Where's your time going? What are you doing all day? If you are spending a whole lot of time doing things and you're like, I have no time for anything else, there's no way I could do anything else, that is a clear sign that it's time to just wipe away all the excess, wipe away all the extras. I found when I put a timer on YouTube, when I put a timer, especially, oh my gosh, my watch time on TikTok, my watch time on Instagram, the time you can set in these apps, how long, how much time you're spending on each one. Oh, I found an extra hour in every day just from TikTok alone. And YouTube, I feel like everything I watch on YouTube, I never want to restrict myself because I learn so much. I learn a lot on every platform, but I also spend time not learning, if y'all know what I mean. It's not all productive. So I really took that to heart and used that as a way to get more of my time back. See where your energy's going. See what drags you down. We want to have clear priorities moving into this year. If I asked you what your top 3 priorities were this year, specifically, not generally, specifically, do you know what they are? Think about that. Do you know what your number 1 priorities are right now? This is going to be a big part of your moon intentions for the month ahead. Really knowing very specifically what your priorities are right now. Like if there's nothing else you do this month, if you do these 3 things, you've got it. You're excited, you're thrilled. That kind of focus is going to change everything. And if you feel like you don't have time for these priorities, get time back from other places. There's some time you might be able to grab from time that's spent kind of zoning out, or not that there's anything wrong with taking breaks, but time that you can pull from other places and bring back into what matters most. And you will feel that momentum building. A lot of this moon and this month ahead has to do with really feeling motivated. So if you haven't felt motivated since the year started, because lots of world events happening, lots of things happening still, it's not like a magic wand came in 2020, at the end of 2020 and said, okay, boom, everything about 2020 is gone. The energy is very different this year, but we still have to build and come together and rise up out of all that was 2020 and take all the great lessons from it. Your wisdom is going to build incredible things in your life. So when you're sitting down to make your moon list for this year, for this month, a lot of times people use this new moon to set the intentions for the whole year. But when you're sitting down, write out, grab yourself a pen or a big sketch pad or a little piece of paper. I like using giant sketch pads so I can draw. I grab colored pens and pencils. I have these beside me at all times. That's why I could just grab it so easily. And make your list of priorities and make them ultra clear. It is a very super motivating time. There's a lot of energy that might be moving you right now. And you want to make sure you don't take all this energy and just go off in all different directions. Making a list, setting priorities, getting super clear for yourself, even if it's not for the whole year, even if it's just for this month, on what can really bring things together for you. that can be the launch pad for amazing success this year. And one of the things that's my top priority is getting organized on a whole new level, because I want to be able to do things like this, go live with you guys every week, start doing more, getting to know all of you. I'm so grateful. So many people send me notes and read all these things the videos that I put out, and I read all these notes and I'm just floored by what you all have done. And this excites me because I love this platform, because people tend to do the things that they learn on this platform, or they tend to try and experiment. And that's why I love being here. And I want to be able to do more of it. So I'm getting deeply, deeply organized in my time. So lots of ways to organize in the year ahead. I'm going to be making more and more videos about it. We'll talk about it more in the moon notes. But for this moon, organize the stuff, even the one thing, your desk, your computer, your phone, your schedule. Organize one thing that is really, really been dragging you, or really been foggy, really been unclear. Get that one thing done. And from there, you will continue to grow in terms of momentum and focus and clarity. It's going to get easier and easier and easier for you to make amazing things happen. So that is a big part of this moon. Make your list, have it clear, be super sharp about it. And then one thing that you can do is to bring a little extra energy. I'm going to show you my little lemon pig. Maybe I'll make a separate video on making the lemon pig, but oh no, my lemon pig is losing his. Oh, okay, so here's how you make the lemon pig. I'm going to have to make a new one because he just lost his coin in his mouth. But this is a little New Year thing that people do for the New Year's to bring in good fortune. And you can make one right now. Basically, you cut little tiny slits in a lemon to make ears. So if you can see, I'm going to hold it up close. I cut out little triangles and sort of peeled them up to make his ears. His eyes are cloves and his legs are toothpicks. So you stick in toothpicks, you make his ears, his eyes are cloves, and then you cut a little slit and put a penny in his mouth. He's dried out a little bit, so I have to make a new slit to put the penny in his mouth again. This is a really fun little project that is welcoming in more abundance. You can do a little project like this, a little creative project, an art project. I want you guys to have more fun. I want you guys to feel creatively awake and alive. The whole ideology of the method of Feng Shui that I practice and that I do and that I've created over the last 16 years with all of you is about creative awakening. It's not about chasing luck. The moons are amazing ways to follow the energy of what's going on, follow the energy, look comprehensively at different areas of your life and larger energy patterns that might be happening. The whole idea of Feng Shui tends to get very rule-based, and I don't work that way. I don't care about rules. I care about, first and foremost, you living your best, most self-expressed life. So do something creative, and do something creative every day. Live life more as art. This is going to activate so much energy in your life, and you're never, ever going to regret it. So this Capricorn moon, get into your priorities, get organized deeply, really dive in and do something you've never done before. Like this whole setup, I didn't even know what this YouTube live was going to look like because you can't tell in advance. Next time, it's going to look way cooler, but I'm down with it. I'm here. I'm doing it. I'm so excited. This is what all of this year is about. It's not about having everything perfect. It's about experimentation, activation, taking the steps, showing up. So if there's something you want to learn, if there's something you want to master, if there's something you want to do that you've never done before, or something you want to bring into your life that you've never really activated before in your life that you've been interested in. For instance, I'm studying new things that I've never done before. I'm always studying something new, but I'm getting deep into it this year. It might be something for you that you've been kind of it's been sort of a side project or a passion or an interest and you haven't had time for it, now is the time. Sign up for the class, watch the videos, do the things, practice the stuff. I know the top of my head is cut off. It's all, this whole setup is not perfect. I'm totally cool with it. The next ones will be amazingly beautiful. But I'm here. So, hey, if you watch my old YouTubes, it's really fun for me. It's something I always use as an example because so many of my students, so many of my clients, so many press people, all these people found me from my crazy videos that I made on a laptop. They barely have lighting, but they helped people. And it always brings me back to that. It always brings me back to, why does everything have to be perfect? And so let this be your activation moment. Sit down, activate your goals, activate your dreams. Remember, we're talking about leveling up this year, opening doors to new opportunities. You're going to be ready when the things that you want show up. You're going to be ready. You're going to be like, yes, here I go. I've got this. So in order to get super ready, the most important thing that I can think of is to get deeply organized. That's how abundance happens. That's how you get more time. That's where your creativity awakens. And it's not about little jars that are labeled. It can be if you like that stuff. Organization, and this is something I'll get more into in videos to come. Organization, just for all of you who are like, oh, I don't want to have to label things or fold them a million times or put them in little boxes. That's not organization to me. Organization is optimization. It's making sure that when you enter a room, when you sit down in your car, when you're in your, whatever it is that you're doing, you can just do it, do it, do it. You don't have to hesitate. You don't have to search. You're not like, oh no, what do I do? You don't sit down to do your taxes and you're like, you know where everything is. And even if it's a chore, you can get it done and it flows and it flows and it flows. Think of reorganization as a supercharger for your whole life and for your home. And the more you do this, the more you'll have time, the more you'll have energy, the more you'll find amazing things coming into your life. So on that note, if anyone has questions, I'm going to read and see. If anyone has questions, let me know. People are interested in making the lemon pig. That's very exciting. You're so welcome. I love sharing all of this stuff. It's so much fun for me. And really, I spent so many years before wellness was a thing. When I was a little kid, I started doing this stuff when I was like 12 years old. I had a real crazy upbringing in different ways. I'll talk about it more maybe in my podcast when it's out, or I'll make some videos on it. And the one thing I did learn was how to visualize. And I also learned how to, visualize, and I learned about manifestation. And I learned about all different energy systems and chakras and crystals from a babysitter that my dad left us with for like weeks. And it was a weird thing that he did because she, in addition to teaching us all this stuff, was a nudist and all sorts of other things. It was a really weird thing to be 11 years old and in a household with a total stranger for weeks when I was supposed to be visiting my dad in California. But I learned a lot, and from him I learned a lot in different ways. But I learned a lot, and I saw an opening, and I started playing around with all these things, and I understood that there were times where things worked and times where things didn't. And a lot of it had to do with my energy, but a lot of it also had to do with my environment. And that's how I got so interested in creativity and environment and creating life in different ways. If you make a lemon pig, you could place it anywhere you want. I've had mine on my coffee table, and when it dries out, the penny might fall out of its mouth. I'm going to try to stick it back into mine so I can keep it for a little while longer. It's not going to last forever, but it's a really fun activation for this new cycle. Oh, thank you. Thank you. You like this color. That's amazing. I've gone back to my creativity in the last few weeks and never want to lose it. And yes, I'm learning more about my art, which is photography. That's incredible. That is so fantastic. And this is the stuff, and really practice. Hopefully you have time to really practice. And the beauty of photography now, I don't know if you're working with film, but the beauty of photography is that you don't need to have film now like you used to. If you want to really practice and experiment, now we can take and delete photos so much more easily. And that goes for a lot of things, guys. Now the bar has been raised in terms of what we can do with all the different easy technologies that we have access to in different ways. So you have a whole world of information on YouTube. There are classes everywhere. There's ways to study online. I teach the entirety of the Feng Shui certification online, and it's like I'm in a room with everyone. I really feel so strongly about the access that we have now to learning, but it's not just about the data. It's about bringing that into life and using it. That's incredible. And it's so great that you do work with film too, because it's so tangible and amazing. Let's see. I want to see if anyone else has questions. I'm always excited to answer them. And you can always reach out and ask me questions, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Have an amazing week next week. I will be back with more lives. I'm definitely going to do them for the moons. I might do even more just checking in with you guys and sharing some new stuff. I do things like the lemon pig all day long. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please subscribe, because I'm going to be doing all kinds of fun things this year. And I'm always here. And if you want more details about all the free video series and all the stuff to come, you can find links below. I'm going to add links for everything. And if you want to become a Feng Shui pro in this radical way that's sort of taking over, I am so excited to talk with you more about it. So I'm so glad you're practicing so much. You learn from YouTube. I do too. I learn so much, voraciously learning all this stuff. And if there's one book I can recommend to you before I go for the new year that I think is just incredible, and Julia Cameron actually has a new book coming out this year, it's The Artist's Way. And if you have time to fit that into your schedule, it's not just great to do for this moon, it's literally, you don't even have to start it now. It's great to do for all of 2021 and beyond, in terms of really activating the power of creativity in life. And I'll talk more about some videos to come, but I wanted to throw that in because, hey, it's my first one, so yay. I will be back probably in a week or so, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a wonderful new moon. I love you, and thank you for being here. Bye.